Hi guys. Well, welcome. And as promised, I'm not going to introduce myself because that takes like a minute or so, and I don't want to waste time there. You already know I'm Ruchika and I'm a recruiter. And without further ado, I will quickly get into the topic for today. I know that as you know that I plan on creating a placement series, and well, my first topic for today was how do you nail that virtual interview. And as it is, everybody is aware and everybody goes through this a lot of anxiety when it comes to interviews to begin with. And added to that, there is this whole virtual drama that you need to go through, which itself is so irritating, right? For me as well, I am not very good with managing whenever there's a session that I need to conduct, or if I have to speak in front of my team, or if I have to present, because there are so many things that could go wrong when you're virtually trying to be there. And it's just a very overwhelming and very anxious feeling that gets to you, especially when you're trying to control so many things while you have to interview. And it's just something that you don't enjoy. So I'm here to give you some quick tips on how do you beat the anxiety and how can you be prepared to nail that virtual interview. And just a heads up, this is something that I personally do as well. Whenever we are going to a particular campus, especially virtual hiring, there are a bunch of instructions that I give out to the students, to the placement coordinator, whoever is coordinating, to ensure that they forward that mail or whatever, the list of instructions to the students, so they know what are the things that is expected out of them, what are the things that will help them have a good interview experience and help us as well to have a smooth hiring process. So I'm going to kind of list down some of the things that you should keep in mind. Number one, now one of the things that we typically face challenges with is a place that is designated to us. Now, unfortunately, we are not in college, we are not in our hostel rooms or whatever, so we are obviously sharing space with our families. And well, our families have this knack of showing up at the wrong time. Especially it happens to me when I'm probably making a presentation, somebody will walk in and disturb me. So one of the things that I kind of found out as I started creating video content was that there was this one particular place that was most comfortable to me. It was, and for me, for example, it is this room. This is where I create all my videos from. This is where if I have to give a session or if I have to talk, present something to anybody, even my boss, this is where I sit and do that. Because there is this, I don't know, maybe it's like a mental switch in me that goes on and off. But when I'm in my room, I feel like I'm in my zone. So always, if you can, identify a place. It could be a corner, it could be a room, it could be anywhere where you feel very safe and secure. And minimal people barging in and disturbing you. It's very important that you actually practice. If you are practicing on sitting for placements, if you're doing like mock interviews, or even if you're giving online tests, make sure that you sit in that corner or sit in that room and practice. Because what happens is, mentally, then that okay, I'm in my zone, I need to do this, and like I am prepared for what's coming up. So it's very important that you identify whatever that location is in your house, and take your interviews from there, that location itself. And even if you have to tell your mom, dad, brother, sister, whatever, siblings, even your pets not to disturb you, do that. Another thing that I do also is that I always have like a wall or maybe like a window behind me, because then even if I'm in the middle of something very important and somebody does barge in, nobody sees what's happening behind me. Like, okay, I can look and I can probably give them some sign language and tell them to get out. And that's fine, that works as well. So obviously, try to look for a corner. Don't sit with the door behind you, because that's not going to help. It happens, right? But why do you want to give that impression? So make sure that you have a corner just assigned to you. The second thing that you want to keep in mind is keep a hard copy of your resume with you. Now, I know when we are in virtual, we are like, oh, okay, I'll just refer to everything on my laptop or PC or whatever, and I'll just nail it. What happens is, when you have a hard copy of your resume, you are more prepared. You can look at the stuff that is there on your resume, your achievements. You can even highlight it, and when you're talking to the person, you know what are the things that you need to talk about. So always keep a hard copy of your resume with you at all times. It just helps build your case. Even if by chance, because of the pressure or anxiety that you probably have missed out on telling the person something very important, you just take a look at it, just glance at it, and bam, you have it. So just make sure you always carry a hard copy of your resume with you. Third thing is, and I know this comes with power cuts that obviously are very common in a country like India. You don't know when the power is going to go or when the Wi-Fi stops working. Something that I always tell the students is, please, if there are going to be challenges with power cut or whatever, please keep your phones close to you. So your phones should be charged, should be next to you. Make sure that your phones have connectivity, because if supposing during the interview the connection goes out, or it gets cancelled or whatever, the interviewer can then reach you on your phone, right? And the interview can continue. So make sure that your phone is right next to you, and you have good connectivity at least on the phone. And in fact, if you're anticipating, or if you're thinking that there would be a power cut, just send your contact details to the interviewer on that call itself, and let them know that in case of power cut, please feel free to call me, because I might be expecting like whatever power cut or something. So it'll just help you be more prepared. The other thing that's most important is, please use headphones while you are interviewing. And it can be any kind of headphones, the cheapest ones, but make sure that you use headphones, because it helps you not getting distracted. So something that I personally go through, I get distracted very easily, especially when I'm talking or I'm making a presentation. Anything distracts me. It could be maybe like a vehicle which is passing by, or a dog barking, or the neighbor's child screaming, anything. And why do you want to do that? So make sure that you use headphones. It'll just help you concentrate, and it'll help you remove distractions, whatever those distractions are, right? The other thing, and this is my favorite, is smile. Do not look grumpy, don't look scared, don't look anxious, because then it's not helping your case. Just have a smile on your face. It'll help you relax, it will help the other person also relax, because what happens is, the person in front of you probably has a whole day of interviews to take. So with your smile, you're basically just easing the pressure, you're easing the environment around you, you're not coming across as very overwhelming, and you're just making sure that it's going to be a good interview. So it's a good start. A smile is a good start that you can have when you are doing like a virtual interview. And I think the last is my favorite: ask questions. When you are interviewing, even if it is virtual, make sure that you ask questions. If there is a question that is asked, and if you're not clear, that's fine. Just take a pause and ask them, could you probably re-clarify this? Can you, rephrase it in a different way? May I ask for more examples of what you're trying to ask me? So it's always good that you have all of the clarity. Just because it's virtual doesn't mean that, whatever is said to you, you just have to take it, and go with it and solution it. Something that you need to keep in mind is, always have a conversation with the interviewer. It could be regarding anything, even if it is, for example, a problem that has been given to you. Make sure that you're having a conversation. As you're solving the problem, tell your thoughts to the person. Tell the thoughts. What are the things that, how do you plan on solutioning the problem, is something that is very, very essential. So make sure that you call it out with the interviewer, have a conversation, a good chat, right? It's very important, because they just don't want to see if you're getting the problem right. They want to see how are you getting that problem right. So the how is very important, and you need to make sure that you're having that conversation as you go along. And last but not the least, don't be nervous. Now, this one is my favorite, and I tend to get nervous. In fact, I'm planning on creating a video on how to beat anxiety, but don't be nervous. As soon as you act nervous, the first impression of the person in front of you is that, wow, I don't think this person is probably cut out for the job. If he or she is so pressurized with just an interview, how will this person survive in an organization like ours? So don't be nervous, and just be yourself, just be cool, and you will nail it. All right, with that, I come to the end of this particular video. I hope my tips and tricks help you in nailing that virtual interview. My next video, surprisingly, is going to be about how do you beat anxiety? How do you not act nervous? How do you keep yourself calm, especially when you are facing an interviewer for the first time? So, with that, I'll take your leave and I will be back with my next video shortly. Take care, stay home, and stay safe. Bye.